In the beginning, there was no time, there was no space, only an eternal current of chaos and absolute silence, waiting for the first breath of existence. An egg of pure energy and mystery, carrying the seed of everything that would one day exist. When its shell broke, the first consciousness in the universe emerged. Arceus, the original one, awakened to bring order to chaos. According to ancient legend, with 1,000 invisible arms made of energy and pure light, the Creator began to weave the first laws of physics. The raw matter of the universe gathered together, forming the first nebulae, stars, and planets in a vast ballet of cosmic dust. And among those invisible arms, ancient symbols began to appear. The unknown, like living letters from a language older than time, seemed to record the very formula of creation. The cosmic stage was ready, but physical reality still lacked order and continuity. To govern the flow of all existence, Arceus gave form to Dialga. With its birth, time began to move. Each beat within its metallic chest marked the passage of seconds, centuries, and geological ages. But for time to exist, space also had to be shaped. Palkia rose as the architect of three-dimensional reality. Within its grasp, the fabric of space expanded and contracted, opening paths across distances that had once been impossible. Together, time and space formed the continuous framework in which matter and life could finally exist. Under their guardianship, creation gained stability. The universe was ready for its next step. But creation also produced its own counterpart. Giratina emerged to govern gravity, antimatter, and the unstable forces beyond ordinary reality. Violent and unpredictable, its power threatened to tear apart the fragile balance established by its siblings. As punishment for its destructive fury, Arceus banished Giratina from the physical dimension. It was condemned to the Distortion World, a realm where traditional laws of physics no longer apply, and everything becomes an inverted reflection of our reality. From the darkness of its dimensional prison, Giratina watches in silence, preserving the balance between the two worlds. Arceus also shaped other realities, distant frontiers later known as ultraspace. Interdimensional rifts called ultra-wormholes connected our universe to ecosystems unlike anything found on Earth. From these rifts came the Ultra Beasts. Nihiligo, a parasitic organism resembling living glass, acted through the pure instinct to survive. Ancient beyond human understanding, these creatures wandered through space and dimensional fractures. Buzzwole embodied raw physical power. Pheromosa represented the opposite extreme, slender, elegant, and astonishingly fast. Then came Guzzlord, an insatiable force of destruction that consumed matter and energy to sustain its immense dimensional biology. To humanity, the true origin of these creatures remains unknown. It is a secret known only to Arceus. But creation did not stop there. To prepare the world for living beings, Arceus knew that matter also required spirit, and so it created the three guardians of the mind. Uxie brought the light of knowledge, giving future inhabitants the ability to learn and understand reality. Mesprit shed its tears upon the world, awakening emotion and allowing pain, joy, love, and empathy to exist. And Azelf brought willpower, the determination living beings would need to overcome adversity and shape their own destinies. Mind, heart, and will united, creating the first spark of the soul within terrestrial life. While the cosmos settled into order, the young Earth passed through its own age of chaos and elemental formation. From deep within the mantle, Groudon rose to create and expand the continents with the heat of its own body. From the abyssal trenches, beneath the crushing pressure of the seas, Kyogre emerged to claim dominion over the oceans. The inevitable clash between land and water threatened to tear apart the young atmosphere in an endless cycle of destruction. Yet from that titanic struggle came the first recognizable shape of the world, defined continents and oceans. But the fury of the two creatures showed no sign of ending, and Earth's ecological balance approached total collapse. Above the storms and the rage of the elemental giants, a silent protector watched from the ozone layer. Rayquaza descended from the heavens to restore the balance before it was too late. With a colossal roar, the Serpent of the Skies forced the conflict between land and sea to end. Overwhelmed by Rayquaza's power, the two colossi returned to their ancient resting places, sleeping for ages beneath rock and water. With Groudon and Kyogre finally at rest, another shaping force began its work. Regigigas, the ancient titan, dragged the great land masses and helped place the continents where they belonged. What had once been a chaotic world of stone and water slowly became a home capable of sustaining life. Then Mew appeared, one of the most mysterious creations linked to Arceus. Within its tiny body rested a mystery greater than mountains and oceans. The potential for countless forms of life lay hidden within its genetic code, waiting through the ages to be revealed. With stable seas and formed continents, ancient life began to flourish in silence. In the primordial oceans, species such as Kabuto and Omanite occupied some of the earliest known ecosystems. As time passed, predators claimed the skies, while life took its first uncertain steps onto land. And when time was flowing, space was breathing, the oceans were calm, and life had begun its long journey, Arceus withdrew. Not in abandonment, but because creation had gained the strength to continue on its own. Within its own dimension, the creator entered a timeless sleep, while the Pokémon world awakened. For my next video, I'm thinking about exploring the lives of shiny Pokémon, the challenges they face in the wild, and just how rare they are to find. Is there a shiny Pokémon you would like to see featured in the video? Leave your suggestions in the comments before next week.